Alright, we'll see if that fixes it. I did get a notification for dropped frames from Streamlabs, which is like not common. I don't normally deal with a whole lot of dropped frame stuff, so it's a little strange. Hopefully restarting it fixes it. Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. Hopefully restarting just fixes the problem here. Okay. Probably internet goofy? Maybe. We had an outage like day before yesterday, so aren't lagging. 25% over the last 2 minutes. Can you not do that? That would be good. If you would not lag. Let me test my internet. Speed test. It says it's good. I've got 184 download and 8 upload. Want an anime with the original 4 characters in the late 20s, early 30s, meant for an older audience? They could do like what they did with like Adventure Try for Digimon. That would be kind of cool, I think. As long as they did it well, I'd be down with that. Zoomer Riz is causing the internet to act up. That's crazy. We got a big tournament this week, guys. Got a Georgia State Championship this Sunday. I'm gonna be doing Burst and X. I was gonna skip Burst, but I have an interesting concept for a video for the Burst one, so I'm gonna do Burst. Wasn't planning on it, but I'm gonna do it. And then we got X, of course, which will be pretty cool. Did I get my package? Yes. I think I'm gonna open it on stream. So I got this from Only a Hobby, who is in the stream right now. Which I'll talk about this when I do the tournament video too, but I think I'm gonna open it on stream. What do I think is best combo for Steel Samurai? Probably 560 taper. Probably 560 taper. All right, let's open this up. Pretty excited about this. Yeah, I'll probably show it in this stream because I'm gonna showcase it in like the separate videos as well. So. Well, let's see what's in it. Let's see what's in it. Getting into Beyblade X, trying to complete all of Wave 1 at Hasbro, regardless of how good or bad parts are. Just need Keel Shark, Rhino Horn, and Steel Samurai. Shark is really good. Steel Samurai I think is decent. Rhino Horn's probably the worst, but you know, it's whatever. Favorite competitive plastic gen combo? Probably the Flame Rose combo that I did. Oh man, those look so cool. Oh, those look great. That's hype. There are some Beyblades in here, but I've got some some really cool stickers. Check that out. Team Nezuma. I don't think I'm going to be running Dragoon at the tournament. I'm hoping everybody else does, though. So these I specifically had made for when I go to events to hand out to people. Because like occasionally, like, you know, people come up to me and they'll be like, "Oh, you're Nezuma. I watch your videos." So I wanted to have something to hand out. Oh, there goes one. They're holographic. They're like foil or whatever. And these are like the same size as like the. Hold on, let me grab one actually. I wanted to make them the same size as like the old school like square stickers. So these are the same. But actually, let me pull this down here. So you guys, that's probably too bright. That doesn't. Nope, doesn't work. Okay, whatever. Anyway, they're foil. Team Nezuma, it says Tournament Circuit 2024. So next year I'll do a different one. So I'll be giving these out, and then I've got special ones made. And so the only way to get these ones is to beat me in a match in a tournament. And these are, I don't know if you guys can tell, they're like glitter foil. Can I get like a good shot of the glitter? Glitter. Maybe? I don't know. These are like glitter foil. You guys will be able to see these better when I actually do like the full video or whatever, but they're like glittery. So super hyped about that. If you guys need any custom stickers made, hit up Only a Hobby. These are my Discord. But so I've got a bunch of the regular foil just to hand out, and then I've got some of these glitter ones to hand out to people that beat me at tournaments. So I don't know, kind of a is it a flex? I guess some people might think so. Kids, I think, will think it's cool. I'm mostly doing this for the kids that show up. So if they beat me, they can like be like, "Oh, I beat Nezuma and got this fancy sticker." But I've got some other stickers in here too. One of these I'm not going to show you because it's like for a special video. It's like plastic generated. Man, those look good. I'm hyped for those. Those look super cool. And then we've got some, I've got some X stickers. So I've got Stone Mont Blanc. I've got this rock thing. I forgot what it's called. These are like the anime ones, Strike Hawk, the anime version. And then I've got the manga version, which is sick. We got the Berry Bomb or Bomb Berry, whatever it's called, the AI chicks. That's sick. And then we've got, these are cool. These are these are super cool. We've got some like shatter foil ones of these too. These are super cool. I'll end up showcasing these in a video, but Stone Mont Blanc anime version for the rock. Okay. Oh, that's right. All right, they did variants for both of them. I'll be at the tournament this Sunday. Are you going to be there? Yes, I will. So if I see you there, come up to me and I'll give you one of these Team Nezuma stickers. And if you beat me, then you get one of the glitter foil Nezuma stickers. That's dope. Those foil ones look really cool. I really like these little like shatter foil chip stickers. Those are awesome. I'm hyped for that. Those look awesome. Alright, these plastic gen stickers, these are secret though. Those are for a very special video. And then I got a couple Beyblades here as well. I guess I'll show these. One of these I think I might actually use at the Burst tournament. I'm gonna need to get some stickers for this. Oh, this doesn't have teeth, does it? Is this the first one without teeth? Is this Hasbro? Does Garuda have teeth? Or no teeth? It says Tomy. TT? I didn't realize it didn't have teeth. Oh, I guess it has like one tooth. Interesting. Okay. What's up, Michael? I heard that if you put like one of like the metal chips on it, it's like unburstable or something. Is that true? I might use this at the Burst tournament. I think I'm gonna do God Series only challenge. Yeah, Leon Crest looks pretty cool. Dang, bro, how many of these stickers did you send me? I might have to do, why does this one feel thicker? Got a handful. Maybe I'll have to do a giveaway for these. You guys can't see them though. But the different God chip is banned because of how broken it is. Banned in Japan or banned on the WBO? I need to look at the ban list for Burst for WBO. It feels so loose. I'm not used to Burst. Universal ban? WBO Burst ban list. Where's the dang rules and resources? Burst format rules. Burst. I think it's just standard format. How to win, Beyblade selection, legal, Beyblade part specific ruling. Okay. I don't see anything on it. Where's the actual ban list? Burst format rulebook. GT, Limited, Classic. Is it limited? What's the dang format, bruh? I don't think it's limited format. Tournaments. Which season of Beyblade is my favorite? Probably season 1 or season 3 of the original. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's banned. What all is banned in burst format? Can you change the chip in Garuda, or is that banned? I'll just ask in the Discord. That's fine. Whatever. Okay. I don't think it's banned. I don't think it's banned in standard format because it's like outclassed at this point. Oh, this looks. Dang, bro, that looks like. That looks clean. We got a custom from Only a Hobby as well. Got Strike Hawk. Pretty cool. Looks very nice. Might have to do some videos with that. How bad is Bird actually? That's hilarious. Sword Valtryek? I don't even know what Sword Valtryek is. I don't know the Hasbro names. Garuda and Requiem don't stand a chance. Yeah, I'm just doing it for the memes. Like, I don't really care about how I do in the burst tournament because I wasn't planning on doing it anyway. Check that out. Got a green Fafnir. Beautiful. What ratchet does Leon Crest have? It's like 760 or something. It's a new ratchet. Like that Fafnir? I bet you do, Lurker. I don't know. Is it really that bad? How does Garuda not stand a chance? Look how big it is. It's so beefy. Maybe if I... hold on. I got burst stuff somewhere. Probably shoved into my closet because I don't care about it. What discs can I use for this? Where? That's not first stuff. The weight creep's insane. 60 to 70 grams? Nah, it'll be fine, bro. It'll be fine. I just gotta put something big and beefy on it. I don't even know what's compatible. What about this thing? Does this fit? Oh, nice. It does. What's the heaviest disc? What about this thing? This looks heavy and round. Look at that. That looks good. Yeah, look at that. Look at that LAD. That's gonna be great. Overdisc? Yeah, I don't know what these are called, man. This burst stuff. What is even all of this stuff? Oh, I have Drigger. I could use Drigger. Ick. What is all this junk? What about this thing? What is this? Giga? Is this heavy? How heavy is that thing? Gross. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I just really just don't like late burst. It just looks icky. It doesn't look that good. I mean, this looks kind of cool, but it's like, there's too much going on, bro. There's too much going on. Tier 0. Here's the thing, though. I'm gonna go in with, like, not caring if I win, and watch me end up winning it. And then the X one that I actually care about doing well at, watch me just absolutely bomb this time. Have a DB launcher? I have a few of them, actually. Maybe I'll use Drigger. Maybe Garuda, and maybe Fafnir? Drain Fafnir, or something? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Garuda 0 cross bearing dash. Good lord, bro. I forgot about the names. Spriggan 7 glaive. Oh, get out of here with your math problems. It doesn't even sound like a real part name. Dryger. Sold all my burst stuff. Knew I never touch them again. Okay, I don't think it's the ugliest generation. I like early burst. But, like, the longer the series went on, the bigger they got, like, the less aesthetically pleasing they were to me. That's not to say that, like, you know, some people might really like the aesthetic of late burst. It's just not... It's just too much for me. What other top players are going to be at the tournament this Saturday? I know Good is going to be there. He's the tournament organizer. He's a really good player. And Tungsten is going to be there. He's really good. He beat me at one of the tournaments I went to. There's a decent number of good players that will be there. Andre, the guy who was my teammate in the last tournament, the like duos tournament, he'll be there. Where's it located? It's in Georgia. It's on the WBO. I did a community post on it.
Aha. Caught you lacking.
No. No, sir. I did not realize I was still in VC and Discord. No, that's not. Zanky? No, Zanky's in Canada, bro. Where do you track which combos are performing best? So there's a YouTube channel that you can use. What's his name? What's the channel name? Versus Endev compiles like winning results from all over the place, Japan, like Asia, the different Asia regions like Thailand and stuff, and then North America. He compiles all the winning combos and stuff to track like win-loss percentage, points per win, loss per or points per loss, stuff like that. It's a really good resource. I would take some of it with a grain of salt because stuff that doesn't get utilized a lot doesn't end up getting tracked. So like Leon Claw isn't even on the board because nobody uses it. So you have to take that into consideration when looking at these statistics, because the things that people use the most are going to be the things that he's got the most data on. So things like Wizard, Rod, Buster, Phoenix, Tyranno Beat, stuff like that. But you know, I always say like test things for yourself. Like take anybody's testing on YouTube or in Discord. Take everything everybody says with a grain of salt, because everybody's going to have marginally different results, or people are going to favor different things or have different technique or whatever. So I would look at, for sure I would check out versus NDev, check out his statistics to get a baseline of sort of what people are using, and then yeah, maybe go from there. What's the format of the tournament? For Burst, it's just standard format. For X, it's just it's 3-on-3. So I already have my deck built for X. So hopefully, it's going to be a big tournament, so I don't think it's going to be round robin. I don't know how many rounds we're going to be playing, probably 6 or 7. But hopefully I can do okay. I'm using Leon Claw, of course. I have to, until I win with it, at least. But that kind of makes deck building a little harder because, you know, that's a slot dedicated to Leon Claw, basically every tournament. So I really have to work around that. Standard that uses late burst parts. Standard is like everything. Standard format is like everything. If you wanted to, you could use single layers, but you know, obviously not a great, generally not stuff people are going to use. So it's like you got classic format, I think like GT, I think people do Hasbro format. This is just standard format, so nothing's banned, just restricted to only using one of some parts. Okay. What about the metal chips? Are those 1 per deck? Keep count of how many Wind Knight combos you see. Wind Knight? What the heck is Wind Knight? Wind Knight. Why do you like Leon Claw a lot? So I did a video actually on Leon Claw. But a couple reasons. So one, I just really like the aesthetic of it. I think it is one of the cooler looking X Beyblades. Two, it's cat themed, and obviously I like cats. Three, the Team Zuganic in the manga and the anime really reminds me of the White Tigers from Plastic Gen, and that's like my favorite team from Plastic Gen as well. So there's a bit of nostalgia there. And I think Team Zuganic is one of the more interesting teams that have been introduced in X as well. I just think the team is interesting. I think like the synergy between the teammates. I think the character design is a lot cooler than some of the other X characters that have been introduced. So that's why I'm partial to it. Initially, I was just like, oh yeah, I like it, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's bottom tier, and I was like, I don't. When it first came out, right? I was like, I don't think it's bottom tier. I think it's probably like middle tier or something. I don't think it's A tier or S tier. Like probably B tier. It depends on how you rank everything. Probably B tier, the way most people rank things, is probably where I would put it. Maybe C tier. B, C tier, definitely not bottom tier. And so I started advocating for Leon Claw. I just made a couple videos, and it just stuck. So now my channel has become, the channel and myself have become synonymous with coping on Leon Claw. I'm like the Leon Claw guy. So At this point, I just have to keep using it. So the goal is to just win a tournament with it, which I haven't been to that many so far. It probably feels like a longer journey than it's been, but like this will be my third X tournament, so I actually haven't been to that many tournaments just because they're like 2 hours away. But like I got to finals in the first tournament I went to, got to second in the last one, which I was mostly carried by Wizard Rod, but this one it'll just be solo 3-on-3. So we'll see how I do, especially since there's a lot of heavier stuff out now. End of burst was garbage for competitive. Yeah, that's why I don't really care if I do well, because it's like it's gonna be a bunch of stamina matchups, and it's whatever. I am not invested in winning that tournament at all. I'm just gonna try to make an interesting video out of it, and we'll see what happens. It's gonna be all DB bays with bearing tips. That's kind of what I expect. I mean, I imagine there's going to be some kids there that use some weird picks and stuff, so I don't know. We'll see how I do. I don't know. Can Garuda do well? Where's the stickers for Garuda? I don't got no stickers, bro. Oh, makes me sad. Look at that. Beautiful. This is one of the few prize Beyblades from early burst that I was missing. I think I have most of the early prizes now. Is Scythe good on Hexa? Broken for defense? It's probably not bad, but it's probably not as good as Wizard Rod. But if you're wanting to run Wizard Rod and Scythe, then that would probably be a decent couple of picks. But if you're only going to run one, unless you just don't want to run Wizard Rod because for whatever reason, then sure, that's probably okay. Blue dual layer Valkyrie from TT. How do you not have a dual layer Valkyrie? You have everything. Attack for BUDB was almost non-existent. Yeah, it's just all stamina. 5-person round robin on Leon Claw 560 Taper around when Leon Claw came out. Yeah, there's a couple people that won with Leon Claw back when it had first come out. I don't really see it getting used much anymore. I know Blade Bay recently posted a tournament that he went to where he used Leon Claw, and I think he did all right. He did decent, I think. I have a couple Hasbro ones, but I want the original. It's the beeping sound again. It's this thing. It's the Treasure Ghost. I never took the batteries out of it after I finished the last video, so the thing just randomly beeps at me throughout the day. His Digimon thing. Bro, stop. Oh my god. I'm not. No. Stop it. Oh, that thing looks sick. What is that? It's like a little robot dog thing. I kind of want to keep that. What do I want to trade it for? Okay, anyway. Drownbuster 360 low flat. Yeah, that's a decent combo. Can you help me make a Hell's Chain combo? Here are my parts. 460, 360, 480, 160. Ball orb flat Excel taper. I would do 360 ball or orb. You might be able to get away with 460, but 360 would be preferable. Bro, it's still beeping. Okay, I think it's done. Just arrived at school. Hey, have a good one, bro. You make the mini 4-wheel drive video and I will be your servant for the rest of your life. I'm missing some parts before I can make that video. But it's definitely something that I want to do this year for sure. Most spammed combo of Beyblade X, Wizard Rod 960 Ball at the moment is definitely the most used combo, I think, at the moment. Hellside 360 Unite has been extremely powerful in my combo deck. Yeah, I know for a while people were using Scython Unite. It's definitely not the most common combo for Scythe, but I know people use it though. Also, love your videos. Thanks, bro. Love part 1 of your Beyblade history series. Excited for the next one. Yeah, I'll probably do them once a week, so I'll probably do another one next week. Yeah, it was fun to do. I've been meaning to start those videos for a while. The first one covered a lot of information that I had made in another video. There was a couple new pieces of information in that, but yeah, I'm going to try to be as comprehensive as I can. Good combo for Unicorn Sting. Like 560 point is pretty good. 360 orb. Yeah. Cool new videos that you're planning other than that. So Burst Tournament video, a sort of gimmicky Burst Tournament video is coming. An X Tournament video, the Georgia State Championship is this weekend, so we'll have probably the video for that probably Monday or Tuesday of next week. And then I've got some other videos that I still need to do. I need to review these Jawa's Junkyard plastic gen things. These are like fully metal. I need to do a video on these soon as well. I've got a few of those to do. Is 980 good? It's alright. Top 5 non-hobby manga. 20th Century Boys, The Flowers of Evil, The Gods Lie, Solanin. How many is that? There's a lot of good ones, man. Probably Bakuman is up there too. Have you tried Hell's Hammer Left Spin? Yes, it is banned because it's not intended to be left spin, so it's not legal to launch it in left spin. So I haven't even bothered trying it because it's like I can't use it anyway. Yeah, 80 height's definitely pretty rare to see people use, especially at tournaments, because there's so many 60 height options. There's not really any reason to use 80 over 60. It doesn't really help in any way. It just makes it more risky for you to get KO'd or burst. Hand spinning will be allowed? Probably not. How bad 260 is? Definitely thought it was going to rule. Yeah, it's just those nubs stick out too much. $980 would be the safer option, the 80 variants. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I just like I wouldn't use it at a tournament. I'll say that. But if I had to pick an 80 height ratchet, it would probably be 980. Buster, flat, low flat, taper, or excel? Probably flat or taper. He didn't use rod at all? Yeah, well, he used what? Tyranno beat? Phoenix? Something else? I don't remember. I don't think he used Buster either. $40 or $30 height? I'm just holding out for the 50 height. Tyranno, Phoenix, and Buster? Oh, the guy that got second. The guy that got first didn't use Buster. He was the only guy in the top 4 that used Buster, was the second place guy. I think everybody else did not. Are you still into Bakugan? I just started collecting the Legacy series and I love it so much. So glad I started again. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that like I come back to periodically. Yeah, I'm still into it. I still watch some videos on it periodically. I mean, the series is basically dead now. But I was mostly interested in like the older stuff anyway, like Bakutech and like the Gen 1 stuff. So Rubber Point, yeah, Rubber Point I think would be pretty good. Yeah, what's up, Arrow? But yeah, looking forward to these tournaments this weekend. Hopefully I do all right. If I can get like top 3, I'd be okay with that. I would really like to win, but if I can get top 3, I'd be satisfied with that. Do the UX bays have some kind of coating on the Beyblade? Yeah, they're like clear coated. Love the history video. Really excited to see you get into the meat of it. Hey, thanks for watching, bro. Yeah, I should have a part 2 up next week at some point. New subscriber, thanks for the content. Hey, thanks for watching, bro. Is Illinois going to be at the tournament? I hope so. If not, that's okay. No, he's not. He is like, he's like, I don't even know, 15 hours away or something. Saw some people not liking the coating, but I actually like the gunmetal look it gives them. Yeah, I don't mind the coating. It keeps things from like oxidizing, which is nice. So yeah, the clear coat doesn't bother me at all. Got Scythe Incendio, Soar Phoenix, Helm Knight, and Keel Shark. Nice, good picks. Soar Phoenix is definitely a good one. Scythe Incendio too. Helm Knight's decent. Shark is like definitely one of the best attackers that you can get early on. Have you polished any of the UX stuff? No, because it's clear coated. Like the polishing wouldn't really do anything, because like you wouldn't be making contact with the metal. So I guess you could try to wax it, but yeah, I'm not doing that. If I make a combo for Leon Crest, it would probably be the new Ratchet and probably the driver. I would use Ball, Orb, or Hexa. You mean the bit. The bit, yeah, probably Ball, Orb, Hexa, Point are all probably going to be decent on it. Maybe Dot. We'll see. Would be super tanky and super defensive. It depends on how heavy it is. Leon Crest needs to be heavy. Guess everyone loves Beyblade X so much. Yeah, Beyblade X is solid, bro. History video is so good. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I'm really hoping Leon Crest is decently heavy. Thinking Hexa? Yeah, I think Hexa will probably be a good pick because it's got high burst resistance. It's one of the heavier bits. It's going to bring down that center of gravity a little bit, which it looks like You know, most of the metal's on the top of crests, so hopefully that big chunk of plastic underneath, like, helps balance it out a little bit, but we'll find out. My fingers are crossed that it's decent, at least. Remember seeing Beyblade X the first time and hated how it looks, but then slowly growing to love it so much? Yeah, I really like the aesthetic of X, and, like, the more releases that come out, the more, like, detailed looking they get. Any more Plastic Gen content? Yes, so I'm actually looking at something right here that is Plastic Gen related, but it's secret. But yes, I do have Plastic Gen video coming soon. Maybe tomorrow. How do you feel about Dot? I think it's pretty good. I don't know if it's better to run over Hexa. But as a defensive bit, I think it's decent. It's definitely, I would use it over Needle or High Needle, for sure. Fully watched Beyblade 12 years ago when I started having Beyblade toy. Hoping the metal on top doesn't make it wobbly like some 0G bays. Yeah, I think that's one of the issues with Dragoon is it's kind of top heavy. Same with Vice Tiger, actually. I think it's just too top heavy. Got my Phantom Fox MS red and white in today, so only 3 more colors to go. Are there any Holy Grail Beyblades you want to collect? There's a lot of most HMS stuff I'm missing. So there's a lot of HMS stuff that's still on the list. In terms of, like, pre-HMS Plastic Gen, I still need Bound Attacker, Bound Defensor, Bump King, and a lot of the late Gen random booster stuff like Trigator, Trigal 2, stuff like that. So all of those are, like, on my radar. I would like to get a clear Frostic Dronzer at some point as well. What happened with the Beyblade Shoujo manga review? I pulled it because it turns out that all of the characters are not female. They're all male except for one. There's a translation issue, so I ended up pulling it. I'll probably cover it again at some point. It is a shoujo manga, but all the characters are still male. The context was just a little weird. There was one line in, like, the first chapter that sort of, like, insinuates that the character's female, but it turns out they are in fact male. So I pulled it because I don't want to, like, spread too much misinformation. So I'll just end up having to remake that video again at some point. Have you seen the Black Dronzer X version Benchblade did? Yes. Yeah, it looks sick. I should be getting something from Benchblade pretty soon, so looking forward to that. Is there an HMS Beyblade that looks like a tire? Yes, there is. I forgot what it's called, but it's like the whole thing's rubber, basically. What was your first Beyblade ever? Dragoon S and Drigger F. I bought them both at the same time, so Dragoon S and Drigger F were my first two. Round Shell MS. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have that one. But yeah, lots of HMS stuff I don't have that I would like to get at some point. I still need Dronzer GT as well. I don't have Dronzer GT, so that's on the list as well. Actually, there's a couple engine gear that I don't have. I don't have Gigars, or whatever, the red thing. I don't have that. I don't have Drasil G. I still need a Takara Zeus. I had the Hasbro one. Waiting for him to remake the HMS stuff. Yeah, Benchblade. Waiting on Benchblade to start pumping out some of the rare HMS stuff, and I'll just get that. Because he's changing to injection molding and stuff. He's changing materials, so it'll be like basically an exact 1-to-1. Whereas like the stuff he sells now is like still very accurate, but he uses, like, the metal he uses is like stainless steel, which is heavier. So what is the Beyblade top 20 strongest Beyblade in the world? It depends on which generation, because they're like, you know, different systems and stuff. HMS is my favorite line, so it stung finding out it was the most expensive when I got back into the hobby. Yeah, I like HMS. They have some really cool designs, but it's so expensive. Regret selling all my HMS stuff. Also had multiple Dronzer GTs and Dragoon GTs. Yeah, man, if I could go back in time and just spend $7 to get a Dronzer GT, that would be great. It cannot go against defense or stamina. Yeah, I think Dragoon would be alright attack versus attack. Except for there's a couple super hard walls that make it very challenging to beat. I'll go more in depth on that after the tournament. I'm trying not to make any Dragoon videos because I don't want to, like, I'm hoping people run it at the tournament. Because, like, I've tested pretty extensively against Dragoon, and I won't be using Dragoon at the tournament, by the way. But I hope everybody else does. MSUV going for like 2,000 these days. Yeah, it's crazy. HMS is dope, just very hard to get into. Yeah, it's very expensive. Sold my GT for like 60 or so back in the day. Yeah, prices have gone up quite a bit. Best Shark Edge combo, 560 flat, 460 low flat, or something else. I like 360 Unite, personally. That's one of the ones I've tested quite a bit lately. Me with Bionicle, honestly, I want to go back in time for that. I'm surprised LEGO hasn't tried to re-release Bionicle. I feel like it would sell well. Wonder if Glide is going to be a good bit next. I think it's going to be one of two things, either really good or really bad. Very played Bloody Devil that would make collectors cry. Yeah, that one's definitely out of my price range. I gotta wait for a repro on that one. Did I enter the lottery for the Red Buster? No, I did not. It's only 100 for the Korokoro giveaway, so I didn't even bother. I think Dragoon works best with Unite or Taper. That way it can conserve as much stamina as possible. 960 or 560. Yeah, I tested it on, well, I mean, I tested Dragoon on pretty much everything. I think it's okay. I just don't think it's, I don't think it's great. I think it's alright. The plastic starts to be so bad. Oh, I didn't know they were brittle. That sucks. Lego's usually pretty, like, resilient in terms of the plastic, so that sucks. One of the Red Busters already sold for like 2,600. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, went for a lot. How hard do you think it will be to get the upcoming Black Dragoon? Is that? I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I think you have to like buy a ticket and then you like take the ticket to like an event in Japan and then you can buy it at the event or something like that. I don't think it'll be that bad to get a hold of. They got a Hasbro Leon Claw or Claw Leon. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. The only plastic gen I haven't owned a version or recolor of is Grip Attacker. I like Grip Attacker. It's the attack ring is pretty fragile, but like the aesthetic of it I really like. I don't like that Dragoon drops like a rock at the end of its spin. Really misleads how much stamina it has left. Yeah, well, it's because it's so top heavy. It's got like... Once it starts to lose spin, it's just dead. I think Dragoon is a solid B tier. Low B tier. Has anybody bought recent Hasbro Beyblade X and had parts missing? I haven't yet. Although I haven't opened a lot of it. Most of it's sitting in my in a drawer. Because I already have everything, all the Takara stuff, so it's like, there's no point in opening it unless it's exclusive, you know? Or if I need to replace something. What does it mean when you say top heavy? So, when you're looking at a Beyblade, when you're talking about sort of the physics of what's going to make a Beyblade spin longer, weight obviously has a lot to do with it, and sort of the how the weight's distributed on the layer itself. But you want like you want the gravity to be the weight to be centered, so it has sort of like a lowered centered gravity. If all the weight's on the top, the center of gravity is like going to be higher. So when it starts to lose spin, it's not going to keep rotating. So for example, like burst is a good example. So most of the weight is on the disc, which is in the middle, right? So it sort of brings that center of gravity down. If you were to remove this disc and put all the metal on top, it would spin substantially less than one that has the weight lowered. So it's just how the weight is oriented on the blade. So X is already generally pretty top heavy, but Dragoon, all of the weight is on the top. Same with Vice Tiger. All of the metal is on the top. It doesn't really sit very low in terms of where the metal is at. If the metal, like, hold on. Where's Dragoon? Where's something that's top heavy? Hello? Where the heck's Dragoon? Okay, I don't know where Dragoon's at. It's vanished. It's disappeared. Dragoon! Okay. Alright, so I guess we'll use Samurai as an example. So most of the weight is on the top of the blade. There's a little bit that comes down, but it's fairly hollow. Most of the weight is towards the top of the blade, where if you look at something like Tyranno, a lot of the weight comes all the way down. So here's a little side by side. I don't know if that's going to make sense, but a lot of the weight is pulled down. It's still got weight on the top, obviously, but the weight on the top is inset. So, like, the center of gravity for Tyranno Beat is going to be lower. Same thing with Wizard Rod. If you look at the side of it, all of the weight is on the outer rim, whereas something like Samurai, all of the weight is pretty much on the top. So that's why Wizard Rod is so good, is because most of the weight is on the outer portion of the blade, and it's lower than a lot of the other blades that primarily have the weight focused on the top of the blade. Actual release for Hasbro Claw Leon? I'm pretty sure it's already... Well, okay, online, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be out already. Like, I think you can order it on Amazon. In store, no idea. No telling. How did Drake's price arc during his run in Rare Bay get? It was like, it peaked at like 200. It's dropped to like 100-ish now on average, but Right now the price for Drake's kind of low, but during its like where everybody wanted it, it was about 200. I think the price for Drake will actually go up unless they announce like a re-release or a recolor or something. I think over time the price of Drake will go up pretty substantially, at least back up to where it was, I think. What do you think of quality control issues that we've been having with X, like Gear Point and Unite? So Gear Point I haven't had any issues with. All of the gear points that I've gotten didn't have a recessed point. Unite is definitely a bit of a blunder, but like I'm not pressed about it. Like I actually like it without the point. But I imagine when we get the Hasbro one, it'll be the fixed one where the point actually protrudes, but I like Unite without the point, so like it doesn't bother me. First week it'll be like 300. Yeah. I think a lot of people are gonna want it just because it looks very similar to Metal Fight Pegasus. If it's good, the price will probably go up a decent bit. If it's not good, I don't think the price will be that high, but I do think it'll be expensive at the start for sure, until there's more in circulation as people are winning them. Yeah, I'll be happy to explain it a little more at the tournament, John. But yeah, a lot of the UX stuff seems to have that problem. Like, Dragoon's very top heavy, Vice is very top heavy. Leon might be pretty top heavy because a lot of the metal is focused at the top, but there is a huge chunk of plastic underneath it that hopefully will help balance that out a little bit, but we'll have to see. I'm hoping it's not terrible, but you know, there's no telling until you get it in hand. Like a lot of people were expecting this to be moderately decent, and it's terrible. .07 ain't much of a chance. Yeah, well, for context, I tried to win Cobalt Drake for the last year and haven't won it, so yeah. Walmart restricting the return policy doesn't help. Yeah, I haven't had any missing parts. I mean, it could be people like reaching in and like legitimately stealing the parts out of it. So, like before you buy it, maybe like peek in it and make sure the parts are there. Hope you pull Pegasus first time. The RNG gods owe you. Yeah, they really do, bro. Like, I have one Cobalt Dragoon that somebody, like, very generously gifted me the code for, but I haven't opened it, because if I only have one and they don't re-release it, like, until they announce a re-release, I'm not opening it. Like, I got it right here. There it is. But it's staying in this box until we get a re-release announced, at least. Because otherwise, like, you know, I don't want to open it and, you know, destroy it and then, you know, I can't get another one. What's up, Brandon? My launcher for Dragoon gets stuck easily. It seems to have issues. I've heard the same from most people that got Japanese Cobalt Dragoons. I know a few people that have gotten the Japanese ones that haven't had issues. I've heard that one of the issues is like the mechanism inside is wound too many times. So if you take it apart, you've got a little white assembly with a little notch on it that you wind and when you put it together. So like if you pop that out and then rewind it, I would just like, I hear winding it 6 times, which is the standard for the launchers. You wind it 6 times and then put it back together. It should fix the problem, but mine works fine. My Phoenix cracked, so I opened a new one. If you want the code, you can have it. Yeah, bro, send me that. Send it to me. I'll roll for Cobalt right now. I still have a chance. Has anybody used the Summit Stadium? I've been debating on getting one from Bays and Bricks, but not sure how good it is. The Summit is the best repro BB10 you can get. Highly recommend it. I would rather die than spin gold Night Shield. I do have a gold Night Shield, but yeah, I haven't used that either. Mine works too. I'm just awful with string launchers. You might be waiting a couple months, bro. Because nothing in August is left spin. So no left spin in August. Maybe September. But your videos have really helped. Just wish the UK had more stuff. I'm sure as like time goes on, like more things get released, like it'll be easier to get a hold of stuff. But yeah, especially with the Hasbro stuff, it's just like not been super easy at the start to get a hold of. Recently got Kill Shark 360 low flat off Amazon. Nice. Well, Hasbro sent me one, and then I bought one extra. So, just because it's a prize Beyblade in Japan, so I was like, I should probably get an extra one of these. Shin opened 3 Japanese launchers and 3 Hong Kong launchers, and only the Japanese ones had issues. I did see that video. Still waiting for my Transformers 2 packs. I got both the 2 packs this week, but I don't know if I'm gonna open them because I would just be opening them to make a video of me opening them. Like I don't plan on using them, so I'd rather keep them in the package and use them as like part of my collection, and just like display them or something. Because I have a million Night Shields and Sharks and all that stuff, so not really any point. I don't intend to use my code with Dragoon, so you can use it for a roll. If you want to send it to me in Discord, I'll definitely try it. I've got the Japanese app, so if you guys have the Hong Kong codes, I can't use them. But I will gladly take your Japanese codes. It's insane how many times I've tried to roll for Cobalt and haven't gotten it. Like, it's depressingly sad. And I've rolled, it's gotta be like 200 times. So sad. Alright, let's scan this. Do I need to back it up? There we go. Dislike the collabs, but I'm thinking about buying them just for the Ratchet and Bit recolors. I don't mind the collabs. I think they're kind of cool. It would be nice if they were a little more unique, but I don't hate them. I think they look all right. Some of them look worse than others for sure, but the idea of it is cool. How many points are you currently sitting on? I have 2 rolls right now. So I have 2,700 points. We Aussies have a tournament in Brisbane on Saturday where left spin hammer is legal? What? Oh no. I don't think it'll make it really much better, to be honest, but it's interesting. I got gold wizard rod in the cart, but man, it's hard to pull the trigger. I would like to get a gold wizard rod. That would be nice. I don't even know where the codes are at. They're the little QR codes when you like open the box. It's usually either in the box or it's the little little QR insert that they put in like the random boosters and stuff. Send this man QR codes. All right. I got 2 rolls. Let's just try it. Let's just come on. It's been like a year. It's about to leave the shop. Just please give it to me. All right. Oh no, I messed up the launch. I don't think it matters, but the tournament prizes and 1 of 100 releases. It's a lot easier when you keep up when you start early. Yeah, for sure. I think the 100 limited ones though are still going to be insane to try to get a hold of, but for sure the tournament prizes and stuff. Actually, all of the early releases are way easier to get a hold of earlier than later. Like if you look at like a sealed single layer Valkyrie or dual layer Valkyrie or even God Valkyrie, like they're kind of expensive, especially the Spriggans and Fafnir and stuff. So yeah, I try to keep some stuff sealed. Mostly the Hasbro stuff is the stuff that I'm like keeping sealed because I already have it. All right, didn't get it on that one. I don't know how to use them. You gotta use a if you're on Android, you gotta like I don't even know how you do it on Android. For Apple, you need to create a Japanese like Apple account, and then you sign in under your Japanese Apple account, and then you download it. And then you got to use a proxy to get the prizes when you win them. How many golds have you got? Hold on. Come on now. It's almost full. I got a good launch. Just Cobalt, please. Please. Gotta do the tapping. Gotta do the tapping. Let's see what happens. If I get another black chain, bro. Oh, no. Spin finish. Gold spin finish. I swear it's rigged against me. Depressing. I even got the gold and it still didn't give me anything. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh. Oh, rip. Sad day, bro. You have to get a Rainbow Extreme finish? Yeah, I wouldn't know because I've never seen it. The consolation prize, it's like a little like coupon that you can use for the little training mini game. It's like nothing basically. I have been doing the little like cloud match things though. I've been doing those every week. Let's see where I'm at. I've been using Leon Claw in all of them. I got 15 wins, 9 losses, 11 wins, 10 losses, 12 and 12, 9 and 12 last week. This week so far I'm 5 and 5. I've gotten the rainbow effect just to get a spin finish. I hate the app. Yeah. It's so frustrating. And then like I'll see people that like post on Twitter and the WBO is like, oh, I tried for the first time. I rolled 1 time and I got Cobalt. Or I rolled 5 times and I got 2 Cobalts and a gold Hell Scythe. I'm like, I've rolled 200. Where's my Cobalt? Yeah, pretty lame. How many? Oh yeah, somebody asked how many golds have I gotten. I have. Oh, hold on. One, 2. Okay, so I have 3 gold hell chain or 3 gold hell scythes. 1's open, 2 sealed. I have 1 gold knight shield. Just like the tournament prize. And then I have 1 gold Leon Claw opened, and I have 3 more sealed. Yeah, that's it. Maybe I should just burn one to see if Lady Luck is cruel. Good luck, man. Yeah, rip, bro. Hey, at least I have Strike Hawk. That's what really matters. Now I can be just like Bird and lose. Me and him, we're like buddies. He loses in every battle he's ever been in. I lose at rare they get. 3 sealed? Yeah. 3 sealed gold Leon Claws, 2 gold two gold Hell Scythes sealed. And then I should have 2 black chains coming at some point. I need to order those. I have the codes for them, I just haven't ordered them. I just like don't, it's whatever. I don't even like chain to begin with. The only reason I want them is for the black and green ratchet bits, because they look cool. But yeah, I haven't won Cobalt. Haven't won Cobalt, which is depressing. Really want to see the Leon Claw that you have at the tournament? I mean, I'll be using it for sure. Like the main one that I use for my deck, I'll be using. So yeah. I don't normally bring all of my stuff. I just bring my case. So I'll bring my deck and like a couple extras if I want to swap anything around, but that's pretty much it. I need to get a bigger case for like all of my stuff because it's just not big enough. The gold one? Yeah, the gold one's the one that I use in my deck. Currently, because the other one got a little smushy because I was using it so much. But yeah, I'll be using this one at the tournament. The black one does look really cool. Very nice. I might have to pull out the Burst Stadium here pretty soon. I haven't touched Burst in so long. I don't even know where my launchers are, actually. Ooh, I forgot I had this. Look at that. I could use both of these. I think this one's probably heavier. How heavy is Garuda compared to this other stuff? How heavy is this? 9.7 grams. And Let's see how much this weighs. 32 grams. Oh no. Oh no. How much does Trigger weigh? 21 grams. Maybe it'll be alright. Maybe it'll be alright. It looks cool. Totally missed Burst. I've been thinking about picking one up just to have for comparison. But it's hard to find one that feels like a great rep for the generation. Yeah, well, the problem is it ran for so long and there was so much like weight creep that like the stuff that released at the beginning is substantially different than the stuff that released at the end. So like just for reference, this is like released during the second season, so it's not even super early, right? I guess comparatively. Second season release versus like much later release. Like look how big these are. Like and just to weigh this big one. This is 70 grams. Drain Fafnir, this green one, is 38. So like substantial weight creep. Which is one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of Burst. I really like early Burst. Don't get me wrong. I love single layers, dual layers, the God series. That chunk of Beyblade Burst, I really like. Everything after that, not for me. Like a different gen entirely? Yeah, it doesn't, like the aesthetic completely changed. Completely. The old electronic light up ones, they're about the same size. Those are my top 3 favorite animals. Yeah, I think it would be cool to see like a falcon. I think that'd be cool. Wolf would be cool. Cheetah, I'll take any other cat themed, feline themed. That'd be pretty cool. I think like a fox or wolf would be pretty cool. If we're talking about like animal themes, fox, wolf. We already have wyvern, I guess. It would be cool to get like a cooler wyvern though. Like I was really hoping for like some sort of black, sort of Monster Hunter looking something. Wyvern was kind of disappointing, sadly. I like the single layers a bit, but the rest is just meh. I don't know, like the dual layers I like. I think they look pretty cool. Like the size isn't too much. It's not overly designed, I don't feel like. Like this is still where things were fairly like, I don't want to say basic looking, but less cluttered. The Burst aesthetic I really like. Like Burst, or not Burst, the X aesthetic I think looks really nice. It's sort of like, to me, X is like a really good balance of like simple and with just a little bit of detailing, just a little bit, like just enough to give like some texture to the Beyblade and stuff. It's not overly complex. It doesn't feel cluttered or messy. In terms of aggressiveness, yeah, it's just because they're so big. They're like the size of baseballs. Fenrir Bay, somewhat revive Phantom Fenrir from Shogun Steel. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what other motifs and stuff that they bring to X. Should be pretty cool. What are you guys doing? What are you doing, Max? Really hope I can do well at this tournament this weekend. Is this real, chat? No, it's fake. Fake news. I think we should get the when's the Beyblade X video game come out? Is it November? October? I don't even know. Pretty excited for that. My favorite plastic gen is Frostic Dronzer. Favorite HMS is Dems. What's DEMS? What's DE stand for? Pre-hybrid Pegasus. All pretty simple in design. Yeah, that's true. Frostic Dronzer is one of my favorites too. I really like Frostic. 1114. Oh, Dark Effigy. Yeah, Dark Effigy looks cool. I think HMS had a decent amount of like detailing going on. I mean, I guess it depends on which ones you're looking at, because some of them definitely look more like they got more going on than others. Like if you look like Bloody Devil MS or like Shining God or anything like that, those definitely, Fox even. If there was a Cheetah Beyblade, it'd probably be an attack type, and if there was a Wolf Beyblade, I hope it would be a balance type. Yeah, I'm not really too picky about the typing, because like Takara will like assign something a type, and it doesn't always mean it's like good at that. Like a lot of times, like Takara will be like, "Oh, this is a defense type," and it'll get used for something different, or "This is a stamina type," and it'll get used for something different. So it's whatever, as long as it like it's good and it looks cool. Like I don't really care too much. Viper Tail, yeah, Viper Tail's a good example. Viper Tail's like way better for attack than what it was originally intended to be, according to Takara Tomy. Yeah, that's a good example. How do we feel about Black Shell? It's all right. I wouldn't put it at the very bottom. Maybe like, I don't know, somewhere up there with like Wyvern, sort of like that category. Like not great, but definitely not the worst. Like it's definitely, I would definitely put it above the ninja thing. This thing's awful. Shinobi, terrible. Blue Viper Tail that you get in that one random booster looks sick though, and the Blue Phoenix. Yeah, I really like the blue recolors. They look nice. They look pretty cool. It would be nice if we could actually get like the anime recolors of some of these like these Beyblades that you see in the show, like the chick that uses Leon Claw on Maiden's old team. Like we got a red Leon Claw, but it doesn't have the white chip, so it would be cool if we got that. And then the Bomb Berry or whatever it's called, the one that the AI chick uses. It'd be cool if we could get that recolor of Wyvern too. Like they keep doing these like anime recolors, but they don't make them. Like this is custom. I mean, it looks really good, but still, like why not just make them? Like all you have to do is swap out a chip and put a sticker on it. And do you have a favorite Blade gimmick? Not because it's good, but because it's stupid. Man, I don't know, honestly. Um, Sparkling Attacker, whatever, from Plastic Gem, the one that like rotates but like sparks when it gets hit. That was a really cool concept. It's dumb and it doesn't work that well, but it's like I like the idea of it. If I can't buy Still Mont Blanc at retail, then why even have a line at all? Yeah, that's when like you just get a custom made or you like buy some stickers or something. I had a ton of like custom stickers sent to me today, so I can just throw one on there and just, you know, basically have one. That basically solves that issue. Hoping I'd get the Rush mistake. Cyclone's alright. I don't think it's as good as Rush, but... Watching the anime live as it airs, my son loves it, but I'm finding it slow. If you watch the Japanese version, does it pick up the pace? Yes. Yeah, it definitely gets better as it goes. The beginning of X, I also felt like was pretty slow. I've been watching the English dub as well. I actually think the English dub's pretty good. In terms of like the voice acting and stuff, I actually think it's pretty decent. But yeah, the anime does pick up pacing wise. The animation gets a little better. The plot gets more interesting as it goes on. But yeah, definitely the early episodes are a bit dry, especially if you're like an adult. But yeah, I fell behind quite a bit on the Japanese dub. I just like I had a hard time keeping up with it because I was mostly like, you know, I read the manga every month, so you know that covers most of it, and so I didn't feel pressured to watch it. But then they started introducing other characters and like different backstories, like on like Maiden's backstory and stuff like that, and like expanding on some of the other teams. So I've been trying to catch up. I may just stick to the English dub and just watch that. Because it's like, if I'm watching the English dub anyway, like, do I really need to watch the Japanese dub too? The only reason I'd watch the Japanese dub is to finish, because the first season's almost done. It's just to catch up so I know what's happening. But if I'm also going to watch the English dub, like, what difference does it make? I'm already behind anyway, so... Season 2, Jenga comes back with a new Pegasus that would bring back some memories. I think I'll be so shocked. Plus, imagine Vault coming back with a new Valkyrie. I don't think it would happen, but I wouldn't mind, like, some sort of, like, crossover movie type thing, sort of like what they did with Yu-Gi-Oh! I think that would be cool. I don't know if I'd want to see them come back in the anime, because I don't think... It'd be hard to write that where people were satisfied, because like everybody would want their favorite like protagonist to win. Like everybody would want Jinga to win, or Tyson, or Vault, or whatever. So that could get complicated. But I wouldn't mind seeing like a movie, you know, where they all come together to defeat some thing. While the manga is only on chapter 14, but still ahead of the anime, those poor guys have to fill so much time. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how it's always been, because it's published in Koro, which is monthly, but the anime is weekly, so there's a lot of filler and expansion in the anime over the manga, just because, like, you're limited on page count. If you're only doing it once a month and the chapters are 30 pages, like, there's only so much you can stuff into 30 pages. Tyson has plot armor and can't lose. It wouldn't be right to bring him into X. Tyson definitely lost. I think Jinga has more plot armor than anybody. Jinga almost never lost. Didn't Burst have a bunch of people salty about MC power scaling even within the same gen? Maybe. I haven't watched all of Burst. I need to at some point, but I have a hard time watching that too. What are we talking about? Tyson's gotten washed a lot. Yeah, he lost a decent bit throughout the series. Like, I mean, he was always the champion or whatever, but he definitely lost along the way. But all of the Blade Breakers ended up being champions. In Season 1, you know, pretty much all of the seasons except for the third one, they're fighting as a team. So, like, it just so happens that Tyson's the cockiest one about being a champion. Like, in Season 2, like, he's, like, super cocky about it, and the rest of the team's just like, yeah, whatever. We won. They don't even mention it. Cameos, like little memories from the past. Yeah, that would probably be the smartest way to do it. Some kind of throwback thing. Tyson lost more often than G-Rev. I remember him losing a decent bit in the first season. I'd have to rewatch Season 2, but I know he lost quite a... He definitely lost towards the middle of V-Force a decent bit, because he was, like, over-cocky. And then he'd get, like... He was, you know, pretty worked up when he lost or whatever. Actually, I'm pretty sure Tyson loses within, like, the first episode of Season 2. First or second episode or something like that. Black Drons are the strongest Beyblade ever without knowing it got walled by Drasil F. Well, so the recolor of Dronzer S is technically not Black Dronzer, because Black Dronzer is a recolor of Dronzer F. Got walled by Drasil F? Well, yeah. Well, Max still would have lost, though. Like, the only reason that, like, Kai kind of snapped out of it is, like, because Tyson launched Dronzer F. Like, his original Dronzer F in the battle, and sort of, like, appealed to his, I don't know, emotions or whatever. But I don't think Max would have beat him. V-Force opens with him getting stomped. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's been a while since I rewatched V-Force. Time to rewatch Plastic Gen. I need to get through Burst, though. I watched like half an episode of Burst the other day because I was like, I really need to get on this and like finish it. And I'm like I'm in like season 2 because I started from the beginning. I started rewatching from the beginning. I finished Metal Fight last year, and I was like, next is Burst. I finished season 1 of Burst, and then it's taken me months to make any progress on season 2 because like season 1 was so boring. I hear season 2 is way better, but it's hard to get through, man. Tyson lost to Ozuma in the first or second episode of B-Force. Yeah, well, he did lose in the first season as well. In the first couple episodes. Kai shattered his Beyblade, bro. Can't remember? Yeah, we're getting old, bro. Time to rewatch it. I think the original series did a pretty good job of illustrating like the characters actually like working to get better. Like they'd have like training camps and stuff. I think Burst early on did a pretty good job of that as well, showing the characters actually practicing and training. I think in terms of like the actual show illustrating the characters progressing, I think the worst is probably Metal Fight. I think Jinga, I don't think he ever practiced like in like 3 seasons. He'd get a new Beyblade and like he would just like, I remember when he got Galaxy Pegasus, and he was like, I don't understand, why won't it listen to me, why do I keep losing? And then like he launches like 3 times, like, oh, I get it now. And then he just all of a sudden from that point on he's just like bodying everybody. I'm like, bro. A lot of people dog on Masamune from season 2. I'm like, at least he tries. Like they actually show the character trying to get better, whereas Jinga's just is good, no matter what. It's one of the reasons I can't stand Jinga as a main character. He's like the biggest Beyblade plot armor character. What combos do you think would be good on Phoenix Rudder? I don't know yet, because I just like, we don't know how heavy it is or how good its stamina is, or I need to get it in hand before I can really say, to be honest. I'm interested to see how good the bit is for sure. Where he second guesses abilities despite being ranked number 1. Yeah. There's a lot of really good writing, I feel like, in Plastic Gen. I think, like I said, I think Burst did a good job of trying to do that too. I think the biggest issue with Burst, at least the first season, is that it's just not that interesting. Like, they'll introduce an issue and then they'll resolve the issue within the same episode. It felt very like episode of the week type thing. It didn't feel like there was any strong narratives that were carried through the entire season. It was just, oh, we've got another battle. We've got another battle. It felt super repetitive. Whereas, like, in a lot of the other series, they're, like, going places and traveling and, like, seeing different areas. Like, you know, the bit is made of palm, so it has to be good. Not necessarily. Like, if you look at Bearing Stinger, the thing slides all over the place like ice. Same thing with the first palm tip that came out for Burst on, what was it, Yggdrasil or something? I don't remember. Somebody correct me. That wasn't very good either. The problem with palm is that it slides around super easy. So, like, stamina might be okay. It has a really weird shape, though. Like, the outer portion of the bit, like, the center part is palm, but then the outer portion has this weird oval circular thing going on. So I am very interested to see it. I hope it's good. It might be, but it might be bad. Yielding and friction, yeah. The idea of palm is a good idea. It might be okay. For, like, pure stamina, but like I said, the issue with palm is that it just slides around like ice. And in X, like, you know, the more you get knocked into the rails, the more you tank stamina. And the more you slide around the stadium, the easier it is to get knocked into the pockets or out of the stadium. So, like, you know, I don't know. We'll just have to see, honestly. I mean, this is just me, sort of my prediction, just having dealt with a lot of palm tips in the past. But you never know. It might be good. Like I said, it has a really weird shape, so it might interact with the stadium different than I'm expecting. I think palm does better when it's on a bearing driver, not a fixed one. Yeah, that's probably true. Bunch of stamina, 0 defense. Yeah, but, like, the shape for the new Phoenix doesn't look great. Like, it doesn't look rounder than Rod. So it really depends on the weight distribution, and, like, we need better pictures and stuff, but I can't imagine it being better than Rod, because it does have kind of a weird shape to it. It kind of looks like an overgrown wyvern, and wyvern's not particularly good either. So I don't know. We have to get it. It's really hard to make predictions, you know, without having them in hand, because you just don't. Looking at a picture, it's just really hard to tell, like, how it's actually going to perform. Like I said, like Shinobi, like, from pictures it looked a lot like what is it? The spiral wheel from Metal Fight, but it's definitely nothing like the spiral wheel in real life. Have I tried launching Hell's Hammer to the left? I have not, just because it's not tournament legal. I just haven't bothered because it's like, I'm not going to be able to use it in left spin, so what's the point? Rounder than Wyvern, not than Rod. Yeah, so it might be okay. It really, I think the biggest thing is going to be the weight. The weight distribution. I hope it's good because it looks really cool. But we'll have to see. Same with Leon. I hope the new Leon's good, but it's just hard to make a prediction without having them. Do you think other bays hitting Leon crest on the plastic instead of the metal affect anything? The plastic will probably wear out faster than the metal, but I'm not too stressed about it. There's plenty of Beyblades that have plastic, exposed plastic in X, like Scythe has exposed plastic, Drawn Sword has exposed plastic. I haven't broken anything yet, so I'm not too worried about it. I feel like free spinning palm ball wouldn't work well either. It would lack the friction needed to allow the ball to spin freely. Yeah, I mean, I think metal ball would probably be better. Do you think Dragoon will change the meta? Nope. I think I haven't made any videos on Dragoon. I have a big tournament this weekend, which is why I haven't made any videos on Dragoon, because I'm hoping everybody that goes to the tournament uses Dragoon, because I don't think it's that good. I think it's probably middle of the tier list, you know, B tier-ish. I don't think it's that great. I definitely don't think it really affects the meta much at all. I think people will try to use it, but I think, like, I definitely don't think it's at the top of the list. I think that there's quite a few things that would be more beneficial to run than Dragoon. With the latest bays we have right now, which one of them do you think has the most potential in pure attack power? I mean, coming up? You mean like the new Phoenix or Leon? I'm not sure between the two. Dragoon is decent, but it's lacking an aggressive shape. It doesn't hit as hard as Shark or Buster. It doesn't hit as hard, and it doesn't have as good a stamina as a lot of other things. Like for pure attack, Shark, Buster, Phoenix, Drawn Sword. Like, there's a lot of good attack options that I think are better than Dragoon. I don't think... Here's the issue. Is I don't think Dragoon does anything super well. I don't think it does great at attack. I don't think it does... It has great stamina. Like, even on, like, sort of passive builds, like on point, or, like, you know, if you were trying to run it on ball or orb or something like that, I still don't think it's, like... I don't think there's any reason to run Dragoon on point over Phoenix on point. The reason why I'm typing so much is because I'm a really big fan of you. I've been watching for a long time. You're a great YouTuber and great player. Thanks, bro. I'm just using Dragoon because every gen I make whatever Dragon Beyblade that comes out my main. Yeah, I mean, I think it's usable. I don't think it's bad. I just, like, I don't think it's like S tier or A tier. Let me put it that way. I mean, I main Leon Claw, so, you know, I'm not sitting here saying, like, don't use Dragoon. Like, by all means, use Dragoon. And especially if you're going to the tournament on Sunday, please use Dragoon. I think it's cool, for sure. I'll probably end up trying to use it at some point. I'm not using it this weekend. And I'll be doing some videos on Dragoon after the tournament. I just don't want to do it before the tournament because I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. Because I'm building my deck around what I think the meta is going to be this weekend, so. Dragoon X remake, chance of being like HMS, yes or no? What do you mean being like HMS? In what way? Would be if it were right spin, but it's left spin. It equalized better. You might be able to outspin an opponent, but it fails at that too. Yeah, I think it's one, it's off balance, and two, it's pretty top heavy. So like any attempt at like any sort of equalization build just doesn't work, unfortunately. I tested it pretty extensively for like a solid week, and it's just a lot of people were expecting it to break the meta, and I don't think it really affects much at all. Like, I think it's just a pretty average release. I don't think left spin is like as big of a deal as a lot of people made it out to be. Like, a lot of people were like, this is gonna absolutely break the meta. It's gonna be it's gonna sweep everything. And I was like, it's nothing crazy. It can win, but it's not consistent. Yeah, like I said, it's viable. You can use it for sure. I just don't think it's not breaking the meta. Does Dragoon X Remake look like it would have an HMS vibe, especially in gimmick and performance? Do you think it has potential for that? I mean, no. It's a Dragoon S remake. It's not a Dragoon HMS remake. Yeah, I mean, I think it looks like Dragoon S, really. It looks like it sits pretty low. The Dragoon S pictures I've seen, like the actual blade itself, actually looks like it sits lower than like the other plastic gen remakes we've had so far. Like, let me pull that apart. I don't know if it does, but like looking from a side angle, like the Dronzer S remake, for example, has all of this plastic that protrudes out underneath. Actually makes it sit kind of high. Dragoon actually looks like it sits pretty low, so maybe that'll make it better than it looks because it's very square. But we'll see. I don't expect the Dragoon S remake to be very good, but I would love to be wrong. I would definitely love to be wrong about that. I can only get wins with it on 360 low flat, but why do that when you can use Shark? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good options right now. You know, you've got Rod, I mean, you still have like Drawn Sword is still a good pick. Like Dagger is a decent pick. Buster is a decent pick. Tyranno Beat's a decent pick. Shark's a good pick. You know, like there's Unicorn is a good pick. Like there's a lot of good stuff that you can use. And there's a lot of stuff that I think is probably more consistent than Dragoon. But if you like Dragoon, then use it by all means. Like I'm definitely an advocate for people using stuff that they like over using things that everybody else is using. Like everybody, like if you look at the winning decks for like the G1, G3 tournaments, it's a lot of Wizard Rod, Phoenix, Buster. Like the amount of times that I've seen those three in decks is insane. Occasionally you see something like Tyranno Beat or Shark or something like that, or Unicorn, but like primarily a lot of what I've been seeing is Rod, Phoenix, Buster. Like more than anything in terms of like entire decks, that's probably the most common three that I've seen. Release date for promotion kind of makes me upset. What, that it doesn't come out till next year? That's kind of, yeah, it kind of stinks, but it's whatever. Working with a Wizard Arrow combo for a while? I think Wizard Arrow is still probably underrated. I think or Wizard Arrow. I think Wizard Arrow is pretty underrated. I hate when everybody's using the same exact combo. Yeah, it gets kind of like, it's kind of like, you know, any competitive hobby, you know, especially like trading card games like Yu-Gi-Oh and um, like, you know, games like that where you've got like a meta where like a lot of people are using the same stuff. It just like it gets boring when every match like people are using the same thing. It's kind of, I don't know. It kind of takes the fun out of the creativity of like building a unique deck. So my deck for this Sunday, I'm not using Phoenix, I'm not using Buster, I'm not using Rod. Um, a lot of them, like the most common stuff, I'm pretty much avoiding. At least in terms of those top three. In terms of Phoenix, Rod, and Buster will not be in my deck this Sunday. Yu-Gi-Oh is so boring. I like Yu-Gi-Oh, but I also build rogue decks, so like, you know, I just build archetypes that I think are cool, or like I like the card art. That's why Plastic Gen is the GOAT. So many diverse and viable combos. Yeah, yeah. Plastic Gen did a good job of keeping things balanced. I mean, X I would say is pretty balanced right now. The biggest issue is that like people are so desperate to win that they'll go see tournament results or they'll go watch versus NDev and they'll take like what they think statistically has the best odds and they'll just use that. So more often than not, it ends up being Wizard Rod, Phoenix, Buster. You can still win with other stuff. It's just people are like afraid to, you know, try stuff that's out of the box because, like, you know, people, they don't see it on winning combo lists or in YouTube videos or whatever. So like you have a very small chunk of information that's being produced by a very small group, and everybody's looking at that and going, that's what I should use, instead of like actually sitting down and like trying different stuff or trying to use different stuff at tournaments. I do know people that will use out of the box stuff, and like those are the people that I look forward to playing against the most, because like fighting four other people in this, you know, in a row that are all using the same stuff is like not all that interesting. Like if I go to a tournament and everybody's using the same stuff, like it's like not, that's kind of boring, you know? Was using a burn deck. Oh yeah. I mean, I still play Yu-Gi-Oh from time to time, but I just don't keep up with the meta anymore. I'm just like, oh, that's a cool new archetype, or, you know, that's a cool old archetype. I'm just gonna build a deck around that, and that's. I just don't pay attention to the meta really. If my stuff doesn't do well, it doesn't do well, and I keep tweaking it, but. My rogue unplayed deck became tier 1 overnight, and now it feels bad. Well, that sucks. I guess. I mean, at least you were right? Your deck did, you know, blew up. It hops around a lot when it gets hit. It's because it's like super, the weight is super one-sided. Care more about fun than the win? Yeah, I mean, same. Like, that's why I keep using Leon Claw. Like, I know that there's better options, but I like it, so I keep using it. And it's more interesting. Like, if all of my videos were, like, me using Wizard Rod, Phoenix, and Buster, I don't think they would have the same appeal. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but, you know, then I would just be this, you know, very similar to all of the other tournament videos where everybody's using the same thing every week, you know? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people wouldn't care, but I don't know. I think it's fun trying to create this sort of narrative behind trying to win with a kind of a rogue pick, I guess. Like, I just like the Beyblade, so I'm going to keep using it. I also like trying to beat, like, the meta as well. I think it's a fun challenge. Like, even if I don't win, it's a fun challenge to try to take underutilized stuff and try to win with it. I like that. It's why I play rogue stuff in, like, any sort of hobby. Like, you know, whether it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Card Fight or video game or whatever, it's fun to try to beat the meta not using the meta. It went from 1% played to something like 40%. That's crazy. What's the best combo for Hell's Hammer? Best use for stamina, attack, balance, defense. I would run it probably on an attack build personally. You could maybe get away with something like point as well. But probably something like flat or low flat. Something like that, possibly. I've added Vice Tiger to my deck as a spiritual successor to Trigger. I thought about running Vice in my deck as well, but I think I'm going to stick to Leon Claw as sort of my sort of weaker pick. At some point, I might do Leon Claw, Leon Crest, and Vice Tiger for a tournament just to do an all-cat deck, but we'll see. Or I guess I could do Trigger for one of those two. Waiting for the blade that really gets me enough to want to main it. That makes sense. I got lucky. Like, well, Leon Claw came out pretty early, and I pretty much stuck with it. After I win a tournament with Leon Claw, then I just have to move straight to Leon Crest. So it just keeps going. People take stuff too seriously and don't want to lose. Yeah, I agree. People get way too competitive, especially right now, because like all of the tournaments are like WBO stuff, which is, it's technically ranked, but it's not like it's like, an official tournament with like, a chance to go to a world championship or something like that. Like if it was world championship, I would understand everybody trying their hardest to win, but these are just like little fun fan organized events basically. Do I think Leon Crest will be strong? I don't know. I would like it to, but I don't know. You can't upgrade to Crest until you have a humiliating defeat where someone breaks your claw and it starts raining dramatically. Oh, that would be funny, actually. The problem is, like, I don't break anything. Like, I just replaced my Leon Claw just because, like, the actual claw parts were, like, pretty smushed in. But it still hadn't broken after, like, 8 months or something of probably using that more than anything. My stuff just doesn't break. I like my numbers and statistics. It's the way of playing I like. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I mean, I like to try to keep up with the statistics as well. Like, that's, it's why I track all my wins and losses and everything. Anytime I get something new, like, I try to get a good idea of how good I think something actually is. And then, versus NDev and people in the WBO testing and stuff, like, I like looking at those numbers and, like, trying to understand how good something is, but I try not to let it, like, rule or dictate what I like to use. Like, I don't want it to overtake, like, the fun of, like, trying to create interesting combos or trying to, like, make the most of a, like, mediocre release or something. Like, I really like that part of it. I like trying to win with underdog stuff, but I do keep up to date with what is meta. And I mean, obviously, like, I mean, I don't always post, like, combo videos, but, like, Phoenix on 560 point, I think I was, like, the first on YouTube to even post that combo, which, obviously it continues to do really well in the meta. Tyranno Beat, I posted a combo for that, which Tyranno Beat's done really well in the meta too. I don't think the same combo that I posted. I don't remember what I posted. It might have been 160 low flat, 160 point. I don't even know. Wizard Rod on Hexa, which is probably the second most popular Wizard Rod combo. Yeah, so I mean, like, I keep up with it. I test. I keep up with the meta, but I don't know. I'm going to keep using Leon Claw just because I like it. What do you think the odds are that Hasbro starts emulating the tournament scene of Japan over here? We will for sure get official tournaments. I think Wizards of the Coast is going to be handling tournaments, so any local card shop and stuff that has Wizards of the Coast support should be getting official Beyblade X tournaments. It will be in the Hasbro stadiums, though, I'm assuming. So things will be a little bit different, but I do expect that we will get probably like weekly Beyblade X tournaments fairly soon. Probably this year, I would expect. Maybe beginning of next year. The sooner the better, but yeah, I do expect we'll get official tournament support, which will be great. When the WBO was Baywiki, they took it way too serious. They would trip out if you posted custom-made combos, Beyblades, modified ones. Now it's a PG site. Site almost ran me away from Beyblade. It ran a lot of people away from Beyblade, actually. Like, I know some people that were pretty active, some really early, like, Baytubers and stuff that, like, basically got ran off of the WBO. Back when Brad was running it, there was a lot of, there was quite a bit of, like, pretentious people in the community at the time that were not super nice. Things have changed a lot these days, but way back in the day when, like, the WBO was still, like, fairly new, yeah, so not everybody on there was very nice, and it was not well moderated. How do you feel about Wear? You think the early stuff will get really expensive once they stop printing them and the supply gets all banged up? Will they just get power crept enough to make it moot? I think early gen stuff will always probably hold and appreciate in value. Like, if you look at any early gen stuff, it usually tends to go up in price, especially if it's sealed. Like, if you look at early plastic gen releases, early Metal Fight releases, early burst releases, like, that stuff tends to be pretty expensive to get a hold of. Most of it has at least tripled, quadrupled in price. Metal Fight's a little different because, like, you can get mid-fakes of stuff, but, like, you know, Ultimate Dragoon sealed or Dragoon S sealed, like, Frostic Dronzer, like, all of that stuff's very expensive at this point. Same with Burst, even, like, single layer Valkyrie sealed, like the original, you know, the one with the Baylogger and stuff, very expensive. Same with Victory Valkyrie and God Valkyrie and, you know, Spriggan and all that stuff. This stuff's definitely going up in price. And Burst is at, like, a pretty low point in terms of cost, and that stuff's still expensive. So give it a couple years when, like, nostalgia hits, that stuff will start skyrocketing. Vice Tiger, Phoenix Wing, and Cobalt Dragoon. This sounds like an interesting deck. If I don't win, I'm going to cheer you on no matter what. Good luck. I'll see you there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a good time. Local tournament group has decided to stick with Hasbro stadiums. Yeah, it makes the most sense. They're also the easiest. They're just the easiest to get a hold of. And official tournaments in the West will undoubtedly be in Hasbro stadiums. I was on there in like 07. I was 13 and just started trolling them back to piss them off. Brad was a grown man talking down to kids and would ban you for almost anything. Yeah, he was like, he was kind of a jerk, man. I talked to him like a year ago. He's in one of the Discord servers I'm in, and he was very humble, and he was like, yeah, man, I was kind of an asshole back then. So, like, I think he's a little more humble than he was back then. But yeah, he was, like, not the nicest guy always. Do you think Hasbro is behind enough to be weight crept? Do I think Hasbro is behind enough to be weight crept? I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean by behind enough to be weight crept? Like, it's a year behind, so do you think in a year weight will all of a sudden go up? I mean, we'll have things released in waves, so, like, we're going to get all the same stuff that Japan has now. So, unless, like, Japan just, like, starts creeping weight super bad, then I don't think it's going to be a major issue. Even a lot of the stuff that is fairly heavy, like, Dragoon is, like, a fairly heavy blade, but I don't think it, like, outclasses a lot of the lighter stuff. I don't think it matters that much. I think the biggest thing is Wizard Rod, really. Wizard Rod is probably the main thing that I think is an issue. I think everything else has pretty decent counters. Wizard Rod probably has the shortest list of consistent counters. But like everything else, like even the heavier stuff, I don't think is like majorly outclasses like the lighter stuff. Like Leon Claw can pretty consistently beat Phoenix Wing, like attack versus attack. So I don't know that it matters a whole lot at the moment. Thinking of using Viper Tail in an upcoming tournament? I think Viper Tail is underrated. You got humiliated and banned? Yeah. Yeah, those were the days. I think there's still some arguments that I had with Brad on the WBO. I don't think any of that stuff ever got purged or deleted or anything, so you can go back to like 2008, 2009 and just like read the drama. Any things about Beyblade X Generation you're currently worried about? Not really. Not at the moment. I think everything's pretty decent. I hope they don't weight creep too hard. I'm not super worried about it at the moment, but you know, if there's anything that would be concerned about, it would be them like hopefully not weight creeping too much. Are good ones that are bad? Do you consider only using the good ones or both good and bad ones? It depends on what we consider to be good and bad. I wouldn't use Shinobi. I think this is like the worst release so far. Maybe this and Rhino, I think, are probably two of the worst. Just about everything else I would like consider potentially using. Those two, though, probably not. But the rest of them, like, you could use and you could win. Would it be easy to win? Probably not. But, like, I don't think it's impossible to win with any of the other stuff. I don't think it's, like, that would be that surprising to win with most of the other stuff. It's just, like, you really would have to have good matchups, good combos, good launches. Shinobi is the only one not defended by use what you like. Yeah, Shinobi's just, like, if you want to use it, I mean, go for it, but you are definitely fighting against the current on that one. It's just, like, bad weight, bad shape. Just, overall, just, there's really nothing redeeming about this one. At least Rhino's, like, kind of interesting because it's, like, small, but Shinobi's just, yeah, I just don't like it. It's just not good. It's just bad. They really should delete those old threads. It makes them look bad as adults, not the kid. Well, I mean, Brad doesn't work for the WBO anymore. He gave up ownership like a decade ago. He's not even involved. He's not part of the staff anymore. He's just like, you know, he's just a guy. Like, I don't think he has any association with the staff or, like, ownership or anything like that anymore. Maybe Shinobi on ball could be decent. Can always boost the weight of OD disc ball with the V gear. What? You speak in burst? I don't know what that means. Since the anime is getting close to the end of season 1, do you think season 2 will start with a big dumb gimmick where they keep it a bit closer to the chest for a while? I would hope that they like sort of keep the pacing that they're at now in terms of like new gimmicks. I don't need like something crazy right off the bat in season 2. Yeah, the problem with Shinobi is it's just like it's bad at everything. Like its shape not good for attack. Like it's just got these big round, super round, blunted edges that do nothing. Its stamina is not good. Its defense isn't good. It really has no redeeming qualities. I'm not really too picky about when season 2 gets released. It's whatever. It would be nice if they maybe took a little break and focused on really putting effort into the animation, just to give themselves a little bit of time to up the quality there. But you know, it's I don't really care. It's whatever. Any idea how hard the Giant's Drawn Dagger will be? It shouldn't be that hard to get. I'm sure it'll be more expensive, like aftermarket, but I don't think it will be obscenely expensive. It's not going to be that rare. Have people been finding Dronzer in local stores yet? I have seen people find them in stores, yeah. Four main starters, Shark and Shinobi dual pack. Yeah, I haven't found Dronzer in store either. And I haven't found most of the single packs. I've found a couple of them, but like most of the Hasbro exclusives I haven't found in stores. So hopefully that stuff will be more common. I mean, you got to think too, like we're only a couple episodes into the English release of the anime as well. So like as we get further into like August and September, as like we're sort of deeper in, I imagine that the like shipments and like the end caps and aisle setups and everything for that will start getting more dense, hopefully. But it's kind of an issue like anytime Beyblade drops at the beginning, like stuff is either pretty sparse on the shelves or gets sold out super fast. Like even like Plastic Gen, like you'd go and there'd be like 3 Beyblades. You'd get like a Bump King, or like it'd be the junk that nobody wanted, unless you got lucky. Walmart will have figured out their oopsie by the time Wave 2 hits? I don't know. Walmart's just like, you never know what's going on there. I've seen a lot of YouTubers got featured on a wiki fandom. Do you mind having your channy in the wiki fandom? I didn't even know that was a thing. How good a combo? Anyone know a good combo for Vice Tiger? I like it on Rush. Like, it's okay on Rush. You really gotta like hard launch and pray. Unfortunately, with Vice, I don't think it's like super bad, but it's another one of those that's just like just kind of okay, you know. I hope not. A $25 stadium set was value. Yeah, places like some of the Walmart's clearancing out like the Beyblade X stuff is probably a huge mistake. It was probably supposed to be Beyblade Burst, and they just didn't know the difference and just stuck clearance tags on them. Corporate told them that, yeah, that's exactly kind of what I was thinking it was. It's like people not realizing that it's not Beyblade Burst. Hmm. Interesting. The weird mid-gen mix where both Burst and X are in stores is confusing stores so much. Yeah, I think it's the first time it's ever happened. Because usually there's like a gap between generations. It's the first time that we've gone like from one generation straight into another one. So it's like not something they've had to deal with before. But yeah, that definitely big oversight. Yeah, whoever's able to get them on clearance is definitely lucking out. That's for sure. Mine got the stadiums marked down, but not the starters. I wish mine would have them marked down. I'd buy like 5 of those, just for the rush bits. I'd probably keep one sealed, and then like I'd have a bunch of extra rush bits, and then like I could probably just take a bunch of those stadiums to my local card shop and be like, "Yo, can I set these up and run some local tournaments on the weekend?" They'd probably be 100% down with that. But like $50 a pop, like I'm not buying like a bunch of those. Do you want to see custom launcher setups for X in the future, especially with the spaceship launcher build from BBG with Burst? I don't know what spaceship launcher build is. I don't think I ever saw that. But I would like more like grips and accessories and launcher stuff for X for sure. Because the current grips are like a little bulky for me. I don't even use them. What's up, Ace Blader? But I would like maybe a carabiner grip or something that's like a little sleeker, smaller. They're too bulky. Like they're too long. Your launcher ends up being like this long. It's like too much space. So I just use the battle pass and like the string launcher, and I just kind of use that as a grip. Really wacky tactical launchers from Plastic Gen. Plastic Gen, I think, like especially the custom grip from like the 3rd season is like ergonomically is like one of the best feeling grips from Beyblade. Like especially if you have like the trigger and stuff on it, like it just feels nice in your hand. I miss those sort of like ergonomic grips. Maybe next season they'll make more usable accessories. Yeah, we didn't really get much this season. Like we got the regular grips, and then we got those little like grip accessory things, and that's it. That's all we got. Catapult grip? Yeah, catapult grip is cool too. Rubber grips for X? Yeah, I'm sure we'll get those at some point. Still have a working sniper grip? I think I have one too. BBG made a custom burst launcher called the spaceship launcher. That sounds so gimmicky. I'm gonna have to look that up later. Interesting. Clear green grips to go with Hell's Chain. I do want one of those like black and green like translucent ones. I haven't gotten one of those yet. I really want to grab one of those at some point. But I've been streaming for like 2.5 hours, guys, so I guess I'm gonna call it here. Go get some food. I guess watch some Beyblade bursts or something. I don't really want to, but I eventually want to finish all of Burst, so we'll see. But yeah, we'll see you at the tournament for everybody that's going. Hopefully everybody has a good night, and I will see you guys in the next one. Do I have the Metal Fight deploy case? I do not have that.